No, it's alright. No, thanks.
Over here. So now what happens
Girl.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Steve Farrell for George Langevin Productions. Welcome to our coverage today of the 15th annual Jusa kickoff tournament. Today's game is, today's championship game actually, is between the Diamond Bar Walnut Valley Elite, who you're looking at right now on your screen. They're warming up right now in the white tops and the blue shorts. And they're going to be facing the Orange Soccer Club Inter. The Inter on the other side of the field in the dark blue uniforms. We'll introduce you right now to the Elite. The Elite have been in existence for 4 years now, and we have a number of players right out here on the field today who have been with the club the entire 4 years. They're coached by their head coach, Rafael Rojas. Rojas has been coaching the Elite for 2 years now, and the team trainer is Christian Moreno Bello. They are from the Coast Soccer League Silver Division, and we'll give you their entire lineup right now and more background information as the game transpires. Keep in mind, this is the championship game today. We're at beautiful Cal State Fullerton here in Orange County, California, and it's a beautiful, warm, really hot actually, Sunday afternoon. Temperatures way up in the 90s. Field conditions are perfect. Let's give you the lineups now. For the Elite, we'll start with their goalkeeper, the 15-year-old sophomore at Servite High School, Eric Anderson. Number 00 is Joaquin Tierney. Number 4 is Jarrett Wakamatsu. Number 6 is Rafael Rojas. Number 8 is Mauricio Rodriguez. Number 9 is Mark Mitchell Miyashiro. Number 10 is Michael Sanchez. Number 12, Rauli Atler. Number 13, Arturo Alas. Number 18 is Carlos Carranza. Number 19, Jeffrey Miyamoto. Number 20, Edgar Castaneda. Number 21 is Chad Mayfield. And number 23 is Fernando Jaramillo. That is the entire lineup for today's Elite squad. Remember, this is the championship game. The Elite have made it to this tournament by beating the Arsenal by a score of 8-3 just yesterday. And then they went on to beat Jusa by a score of 2-0. And then they tied the Strikers 1-1, and that landed them right into this championship game here for the boys' U16 division against the OSC Inter. We'll give you the OSC Inter lineup in just a few moments. Right there in your view is the Inter club. They're wearing blue tops and blue shorts. They are from the Coast Soccer League Silver Division South. They finished first in last year's Fountain Valley League. We'll tell you a little bit about them right now. They're coached by their head coach, Julio Madrigal, and their team trainer is Paul Lopez. Their goalkeeper is Ricardo Adami. And number 4 is Jose Ruiz. He's their stopper. Number 5 is Marcos Hernandez. He won't be playing today, Marcos. He's hurt. Number 6, the left fullback, Juan Shoei. Number 7, the forward, Fernando Rodriguez. Number 8, the midfielder, Jose Velasquez. Number 9 is Juan Jose Madrigal. Number 10 is Sordo Garcia. Number 11 is Alonso Negrete. Number 12 is Eric De La Cruz. Number 13 is Beto Garcia. Number 14, Roberto Cortez. Number 15, Juan Escalante. Number 16 is Michael Hernandez. And number 17 is Jason Salter. We're almost ready to get underway. Team captains are moving towards the center of the field. This is the championship game. We're going to play 2 40-minute halves with just a 5-minute halftime period. If necessary, there will be 2 10-minute overtimes. And if the score is still tied after the two 10-minute overtimes are played in their completion, then we will go right into penalty kicks. We'll be back with all the action. And we are underway. And the ball immediately goes right back over to the Inter. Now, the Inter club is called the Orange Soccer Club, and Orange Soccer Club International, I guess that stands for, but they refer to themselves as the Inter. And that ball gets batted back across midfield now and over towards the sidelines, still being controlled by the Inter. These two clubs are fairly familiar with one another. They faced each other in last year's Fountain Valley League tournament. Now, keep in mind, the Inter finished first in that league. The team in the dark blue, they finished first in that league. They're driving right now down towards the goal. And that is number 10 right there, Sordo Garcia, who takes a shot on goal. Beautiful block there by Anderson. Anderson gets it back outside right away. The Inter take it away. Ball being fought for right in front of the elite goal and now batted out towards midfield. Inter takes it over right here in front of our cameras. Ball batted downfield right there by Juan Shoei. Over now to Fernando Rodriguez. Rodriguez centers once again. Anderson with a nice block. Anderson again with a block toward the corner post. And the ball goes back past the end line. And Anderson has had his hands full in this first minute of play here. Once again, keep in mind, this is the championship game of this tournament. The tournament's been going on all weekend here at beautiful Cal State Fullerton. And the tournament is for all age groups, boys and girls, for all age groups. It's being held at many different fields throughout the area. And that one goes back up high over the top of the goal. And Anderson doesn't have to worry too much about that one, but he has to go chase the ball. Looks like for a moment there, Anderson was going to handle it himself. Instead, he hands it off to Joaquin Tierney, number 00 for the elite. Tierney, 15 years of age, his third year with the club. Once again, the Inter intercept, claim possession momentarily. Back over now to Tierney. Tierney centers it. And now driving out of their own end are the elite. The elite have had a hard time keeping the ball out of their end so far here in the early going of this first half. The Inter have had 3 nasty shots on goal, and Anderson was there each time. Ball out now towards Mauricio Rodriguez. Rodriguez across the midfield line towards Tierney. Tierney driving up, being chased there by Sordo Garcia. Ball into the corner now. That's Rafael Rojas, who's trying to maintain possession over in the corner. Now the elite have got the ball into the Inter territory, picked off right there by Ricardo Adami. Adami makes that one look easy. And Inter now driving the ball back across midfield. Lots of action here in the early going. The Inter moving the ball quite well downfield. Michael Sanchez tries to keep it out of his zone. And that's outside. That ball should go over to the Inter club, and it will. Still no score here in the early going of the first half. This is Juan Shoei, who's going to handle the throw-in. Shoei doesn't see anybody open right away. Now he's got a teammate open. That's number 8, Jose Velasquez. Velasquez driving. Ball stolen away right there by the elite. And it looks like that was Sanchez that stole it away. Good job there by Sanchez. And Shoei drives the ball upfield, but we've got a whistle on the play. And it's an elbowing call. Looks like that's going to go against the elite, and it'll be the Inter's ball. They kick it in, quick kick right away. Driving on goal is number 7. That was Fernando Rodriguez. But good defense there by the elite. And that was a quick kick. I don't think the elite were really ready for that. Nice header there by number 23. That was Fernando Jaramillo, who got the ball up high and out of there. But the Inter are really challenging the elite here in the early going, really moving the ball well. They're playing very aggressively. Juan Shoei tosses it inside again. And it's headed out of there by Michael Sanchez. Showy again with the throw-in. Aggressive play there by Roberto Cortez, number 14 of the Inter. And it looks like now Tierney driving the ball upfield. Tierney's going to chase this one into the corner. He went momentarily into the inside to Arturo Alas. And that ball outside will stay with the Elite. Tossed inside. And a whistle. Still no score, first half action. Final game, championship game, boys under 16, U16. Elite's ball down at the Inter end of the field. Headed back towards midfield. This is Sordo Garcia. Has it stolen away by Tierney. Tierney, big booming kick all the way down towards Adame. He'll pick that one off easily. And Adame will control, picks it up. Good fight there by the Elite to keep it out of their own end. Now they're playing ball. This is Sanchez that gets it across midfield over to Jaramillo. Jaramillo at midfield. Great move. Nice stutter step. But he is met there. And Jose Velasquez just stays with that play. So he's not faked that by Jaramillo. Now on the move is Sordo Garcia. And he takes the shot and it's good! Number 10. Sordo Garcia is being mobbed by his teammates. And the OSC Inter lead the game now by a score of 1-0. Garcia has been playing really aggressively this whole first half. And in the early going, just been moving that ball downfield real well. And just showed us some really quick footwork there. That was Mark Miyashiro, who had him there. Number 9 of the Elite was marking Garcia real well. Garcia with the quick feet drives it in past Anderson. Really not much hope for Anderson on that play. It was a good, hard, solid kick. And the Inter now in the lead by a score of 1-0. Velasquez centers it into Garcia. Garcia back out to De La Cruz. De La Cruz controlling the ball. De La Cruz showing us some nice footwork. Stops. Tries to center it right upfield to his teammate, number 14, Roberto Cortez. Cortez again with the ball. Cortez probably the biggest player out here on either squad. Tierney's got good height and size over there for the Elite. Joaquin Tierney, number 00. Told you a little bit about him before. He stands at 5'10". He's their stopper. And he plays varsity soccer at Bishop Amat as a freshman last year. Two 40-minute halves. And a whistle on the play. That whistle is in favor of the Elite. This is number 12, Raul Atler. Atler keeps it on the ground. Upfield to Edgar Castaneda. Castaneda goes outside with it. The Elite driving now. Shot goes past the right corner of the goal. That should bring up a corner kick for the Elite. Okay. This is number 12 of the Elite, Atler, the center halfback. He's been with the team for 4 years now. Atler gets it up nice and high. It's right in front of the net, and Adame is right there to pick that one off easily. So he'll give his teammates a chance to get downfield. And gets one maybe a little bit off to the side of the foot, doesn't quite make it out to the midfield mark. Cortez blasts it upfield. Cortez again with the ball. Centers it nicely. That is Miyashiro that came into play, knocks the ball upfield towards Jaramillo. Jaramillo back over now towards Michael Sanchez. Sanchez across midfield with it. Back out to Fernando Jaramillo. Edgar Castaneda has a foot on it for a moment, but the Inter managed to get it all the way downfield now. Fernando Rodriguez and Zurdo Garcia moving. Ball bounding around. That is Michael Sanchez that gets after it and blasts it back upfield. Ball still in play, and looks like it's out now. Okay, it's going to go over to the Inter. This is number 6 now. Juan Shoei that's going to pick this one up. Shoei motions for his teammate Jose Velasquez to head back downfield. Tosses it in towards Velasquez and Sanchez. Actually towards Garcia.
Stars. Come on, Ray.
Good play right there by Fernando Jaramillo, number 23, just stealing it away from Inter player number 8, Jose Velasquez. Gets the call from the referees and gets the ball back over to the Elite. Elite still in control now. Thrown in towards Jaramillo. Jaramillo takes it off the head, and it's blasted way out of the way out of the playing area and over into the tennis court. Inter's ball, and it's blasted back up across midfield, met there by a number of different players. Anybody's ball, bounding around now. Garcia gets it all the way upfield towards his teammate number 12, Eric De La Cruz. De La Cruz controlling it there, met by Rafael Rojas. Rojas and De La Cruz going at it over there in the corner. It's centered by De La Cruz. Rojas tries to get it up past midfield. It's picked off there by Alonso Negrete. And here comes Zurdo Garcia again. Garcia gets it out to his teammate, Michael Sanchez, but to know actually that was number 14, Roberto Cortez. Cortez can't do anything with it now. It's down deep in the Elite zone.
See you next weekend.
And Miyashiro manages to get it outside. Jaramillo across midfield with it. Lots of pushing and shoving going on right here in front of our cameras. Nice move right there by Arturo Alas. Garcia and Tierney. Garcia's shot is up high, too high, and out of bounds. We're still in the first half here at the final, boys 16 and under final here at the 15th annual Jusa kickoff tournament here at Cal State Fullerton. The Orange Soccer Club, or the OSC Inter, in the dark blue uniforms, are in the lead. There's the one goal was scored right there by number 10, who's now driving with the ball. And he showed us some quick footwork today, managed to get it across into the center. It's picked off there by the Elite, driven back outside. And we've got another whistle on the play, and that call goes in favor of the Elite. Elite ball in their own end. Once again, the Inter in the lead now by a score of 1-0. We had a goal by Zurdo Garcia, number 10 of the Inter, and a nice play it was, giving his team the 1-0 lead a few moments ago. And so far today, the Inter have been driving the ball real well. Now, these two teams are fairly familiar with one another. They both come from that Fountain Valley League. They're both in the Coast Soccer League Silver Division. And last year, the Inter finished first in regular season play. Now driving is the Elite's number 10, Michael Sanchez. Sanchez up to the outside to Alas. Edgar Castaneda goes outside now to Rojas. Rojas grabbing a little bit of shirt, a fistful of shirt for Rojas, and he gets the whistle. So it'll be Inter's ball. Garcia now, very dangerous over there on the far side. Garcia up now to Juan Jose Madrigal. Stolen away by Tierney. Tierney on the move now. Drives it across midfield. And it looks like we've got another whistle on the play. No whistle on that play. We heard that one from the other field. We've got another final going on just across the way. Garcia now with Tierney marking him. Garcia goes right around Tierney. Now he's free. Big, long centering pass. Goes past the goal. It's chased down there by Velasquez. Velasquez keeps it alive. And beautiful play right there by the Elite to get it out of their own end. Gotta like that, but back over to Juan Shoei. And that play was by number 20, Edgar Castaneda. Castaneda's showing us some great footwork back here on the defense.
And look. Hand it upfield. Get back.
Nice touch work here by the Elite. But it's picked off right there by Roberto Cortez. Blasted back across midfield by Ruli Atler. And no one in goal now for the Inter. The shot by Jeffrey Miyamoto, the forward. Number 19 has tied this game up. Ricardo Adame is out of the goal for the Inter. Way out of the goal. You could hear the whole sideline over here on our side of the field react to it. No one in goal right there for Inter. And the ball goes right over to Jeffrey Miyamoto, the forward. And he just drives it right into the net. We've got ourselves a tie game. We're still in the first half, tied at 1-1. Whole new ball game. And the Elite now driving it nicely. They've got Mauricio Rodriguez driving upfield now. He gets it back over there to Castaneda. Castaneda's tripped up, and he gets the whistle. And that should be a free kick for the Elite from that spot. Let's see who they use to make it or what kind of play formation they come up with. We've seen some imaginative things done in this situation before. Okay, at this distance, it looks like they're just going to let Castaneda handle it. Edgar Castaneda, 15-year-old forward. Some halfback, some fullback. Castaneda gets it up high. Adame is right there to pick that one off. And the score remains tied at 1-1 here in this championship game. We were telling you before how the Inter had finished first in regular season play last year in the Fountain Valley League. Then after regular season, they had what they call the Fountain Valley Spring Tournament. And the winner of that tournament was the Elite. So both these teams very familiar with each other. Both come from Orange County. The Diamond Bar Walnut Valley Elite hail from the Hacienda Heights area. And the Orange Soccer Club Inter, most of the players hail from the town of Orange, Anaheim, Santa Ana, Fullerton, the area right around here where we're playing now. That is number 6, the left fullback, Juan Shoei, who is down on the field momentarily there. So that's an injury timeout. And it looks like Juan's going to stay in the game. Well, let's see what he's going to do now. He's going to limp off the field, I believe. But Juan looks like he's going to be all right, and that's good news. He's been playing some good ball so far today. Number 6, the left fullback, Juan Shoei, is going to take a break. And let's see who we've got. We'll tell you who we got coming out. Looks like we've got Jose Ruiz coming on in his stead, number 4. Score tied at 1 apiece. Elite have got new life. They tied the game up just a few moments ago. Ruiz, the stopper, tries to drive it back outside. The Elite steal this one away. And wisely tipped out of bounds by number 11, Alonso Negrete of the Inter. He didn't know who was behind him or how many white jerseys were attacking, so he just blasted out of bounds. Probably a good move. Ball ends up with the Inter anyway, tossed inside. Tierney is there with a big kick towards goal, but too far to the right, and it's Inter's ball. The Elite were also the winners of the Triad tournament in Irvine, along with that spring season Fountain Valley tournament we told you about previously. They beat the Inter 3-1 in the final game of that tournament. The Inter had beaten the Elite 2-1 in the regular season game, and as we mentioned before, finished up the regular season in first place in that league. And off the side of the foot, that's Ruli Atler, the center halfback. Atler also with the elite club since its inception 4 years ago. Mauricio Rodriguez, number 8. Marked closely there by Roberto Cortez, number 14 of the Inter. And Adame will pick this one off easily. Score still at 1-1 here in the first half. Once again, this is Steve Farrell for George Langevin Productions. And conditions here today at Cal State Fullerton, we've got a whistle. And oh, another trip there. That whistle in favor of the Inter. Cortez. Big kick inside. Ball picked right off there by Miyashiro. To the outside now to Madrigal. Madrigal on the move.
Good play, good play.
And the elite defense picks it right off. Cortez again with it. Cortez dribbling around. Big kid out there. Right out in front of Anderson. Anderson in trouble. And the shot is good. Look at that. Unbelievable. We can't believe what we just saw. Roll that back and take another look. Anderson came out of goal trying to pick the ball off, and then right into our picture comes Jose Velasquez, the midfielder, number 8, and just uses the right foot to drive one in past Anderson. Anderson not able to hold on to the ball. And Inter take the lead now by a score of 2-1. So far, this has turned out to be a pretty wild one. Lots of action out here. Ball going back and forth. The Inter have had possession, a little bit more possession of the ball, and they've kept the ball down on the right side of your screen pretty well so far here in this first half. Garcia on the move in the corner. Tierney trailing him there. And another shot on goal goes too far to the left. And once again, it looks like that was Jose Velasquez, number 8, that took that shot. We're going to have some substitutions now for the elite. It looks like we've got number 18, Carlos Carranza, coming in, along with number 21, Chad Mayfield. Also, number 4, Jarrett Wakamatsu coming into the game. And taking a break is number 19, Jeffrey Miyamoto. Actually, the last shot on goal by the Inter was taken by Eric De La Cruz.
Get it, Mike.
Number 12, De La Cruz again with the ball. Now inside towards Velasquez. Velasquez with some quick footwork can't get past Miyashiro. And that is past the end line. That'll bring up a corner kick for the Inter. It looks like they're going to let Beto Garcia handle this. Inter on the move. Garcia's kick is up high and picked off immediately there by Anderson. Good kick by Anderson all the way out to midfield, picked off there by Alas. Number 13, Arturo Alas, is a freshman at Bishop Amat High School. He made the varsity team there in his freshman year. Very impressive. Alas also currently on the regional Olympic team. He's a forward here for the elite. And he's one of the high scorers on the team. Arturo Alas, number 13. Velasquez outside to Beto Garcia. Garcia, number 13, on the move. Gets it back outside to Velasquez. Velasquez on the move. Coming into the picture at the last second there, Mauricio Rodriguez. And it's off Rodriguez and out of bounds. Corner kick now for the Inter. That's Velasquez. Velasquez, a low kick up front. Picked up there. Looks like it's a handball called against the Number 23, Edgar, actually it's Fernando Jaramillo, number 23 of the Elite, gets the handball call, so we'll see where this ball is placed. Inside the box, this is bad for the Elite. We're going to have a PK here. And it looks like number 12, Eric De La Cruz. It's going to go one-on-one with Anderson. Shot by De La Cruz is good into the right corner of the net. Very unfortunate for the Elite. You could clearly see that number 23, Jaramillo of the Elite, had no intention of using his hands in that situation. The ball just bounced right up into his midsection. His hands just happened to be there, but he got the whistle. It was inside the box, and De La Cruz drives it past Anderson for the third score of the game for the Inter. Inter now lead by a score of 3-1. Play resumes, and the Elite definitely have their work cut out for them now. Still plenty of time left. As we mentioned before, we got 40-minute halves here in this championship game. Beto Garcia drives it across midfield to Sordo Garcia. He can't hold on to it. It's picked off there by Jeffrey Miyamoto. Moto has it stolen away now by Garcia. Garcia drives it upfield. And the Inter have definitely been challenging the defense of the Elite all afternoon long. They've got 3 goals to show for it. Well, actually 2 they scored. The other one, of course, on a handball call inside the box. But the Inter have been driving the ball nicely downfield. We've seen these things turn around many times before, however. This should be Roberto Cortez. Cortez, big kick from way outside, gets it up way high right in front of Anderson. Anderson is there, ball bounding around in front of Anderson. Anderson falls on it. Eric Anderson doing a good job. That 3-1 score, not indicative of the job that Anderson has done so far today. The guy's got great quick feet, and he's been all over the place. Things could have been a lot worse without some of the action we saw from Anderson in the early going. He had 3 kicks right into his chest, right near the left corner post in the first minute of play by the Inter. They came out hot and were really driving on Anderson. He was ready for it. Adler gets it up high. The header up and almost right into the goal. The header was by Rodriguez, number 8. And Adame gets up just high enough to tip that one over the crossbar. And the Inter dodged a bullet right there. That was a beautiful header. Ball over to the Elite again. It looks like this is going to be Adler again who will handle this kick. Perfect kick last time. Rodriguez was right there. Adler's kick. This one a little lower and a little shorter. Ball back over to the Inter. Whistle on that play. That was an offsides call. It goes against the Elite. Inter's ball. First half action. The kickoff tournament, the Jusa kickoff tournament, championship game, boys ages 16 and under. 2 teams from the Coast Soccer League, 2 Orange County teams, very familiar with each other. And the long shot right there, off wide to the right by Cortez. Anderson gives chase, comes up with it. Miyashiro with a big kick out towards midfield. Picked up there by Castaneda. Chad Mayfield gets a foot on it, blasted all the way upfield. Now it's down far into the corner. And chasing it down all the way downfield is Michael Hernandez, the sweeper. Hernandez gives chase, but to no avail. It's going to be Elite's ball. Jaramillo from the corner. Inside. but picked off by Hernandez, the sweeper. Hernandez doing a good job right there on the right spot at the right time. And that was Jarrett Wakamatsu that was giving chase right there. Wakamatsu wins that battle, tosses it back inside and downfield. Mayfield is there. Mayfield to handle this throw-in. Mayfield goes inside this time to Carranza. Back over to Wakamatsu. Mayfield again, but ball's out of bounds. Inter ball. Cortez maintaining control. Nice footwork there for a big guy. Gets it out to Garcia. Garcia with a nice move past Wakamatsu. Wakamatsu stays on the mark though. And we've got some body contact out here in front of the box. And the call goes against the elite. And a yellow card has been issued against one of the elite players. We don't know exactly what for here. We're still trying to figure out which player it was. Okay, it is number 13, actually number 12, Raleigh Adler, who gets called for tripping. That brings up a free kick for Sordo Garcia, number 10 of the Inter. Running back into the game now is Joaquin Tierney for the elite. Garcia, kick goes through, off the post. And lots of noise, strong kick there by Garcia. Anderson hardly moved. That thing slammed off the post and back out into the field of play. I can't believe the force behind that kick right there by Garcia just a few moments ago. You could hear that. I hope you could pick that up on our mics. Really hard shot right off the post. Keep in mind now the yellow card has been has been levied against Adler. The elite down by a score of 3-1 here in the first half. Super high level of soccer we're seeing here from both clubs. Tierney pushed there by Cortez. No whistle on that play. Ball back across midfield. Up to number 7, Fernando Rodriguez. Rodriguez met there by Miyashiro. And then into the picture comes Sanchez. Miyashiro back into the picture now, and another whistle. The ball awarded to the elite.
Guys. Let's go, guys.
180 teams participated in this tournament, which is taking place over the course of 2 weekends and at about 9 or 10 different sites around the area here. Beto Garcia gets it up high and far. It's all the way down to Garcia out in the far corner. And some nice footwork right there by Inter player at number 17, Jason Salter. And Salter showing us some nice footwork there. Ball back into the corner now. Garcia back in control. Garcia still with the ball. Nice footwork there by Garcia. Drives around into the far corner. Tierney's there to meet him. Centering pass, up high. Anderson off the top post, and that won't count. Score remains 3-1 in favor of Inter here in the late going of the first half. Tierney will handle the free kick, the goal kick. Ball all the way upfield. Great work right there by Edgar Castaneda. Salter downfield with it over the head of Rodriguez. Here's ball. Interval again. Rodriguez inside with it. Garcia's there. Ball stolen away by Miyashiro. Momentarily, Miyashiro again with the header. Drives it upfield. This is Cortez. And the Elite's number 20 now, Edgar Castaneda, driving the ball up past midfield. Beto Garcia trying to get a foot on it, but it's taken away right there by Arturo Alas. Tierney now. Tierney on the move, cross midfield, keeps his footing. Gets it up to Jaramillo. Jaramillo keeps it alive, and we've got another whistle on the play.
Good pass. That's where the pass should be. Keep it up.
Free kick awarded now to Michael Hernandez, number 16. Hernandez elects to go to the far left corner where Zurdo Garcia resides, but the Elite steal this one away and are moving the ball really nicely these last few moments. The Inter have seemed to have slowed down a little bit. The Elite seem to have picked it up. Garcia pushing Castaneda around a little bit, and the crowd on the side of the field of the Elite, where our cameras are right now, are a little displeased with that last call. And that is the end of the first half. And lots of scoring here in the first half. The first goal of the game scored by Zurdo Garcia. A nice kick from the far left side. And then the second goal of the game was into an open net. That goal was scored by Jeffrey Miyamoto. And then the third goal was scored by Jose Velasquez on a PK. And then Eric De La Cruz later on knocked one in after battling it out with Eric Anderson for possession just for a few moments there. And the score stays right there. The Inter 3 and the Diamond Bar Walnut Valley Elite 1. This is Steve Farrell for George Landry Productions. We'll be back with all the second half action.
Open it up, move it forward, Michael. Make sure you push up, okay? Don't hang too far back. If you hang too far back, you're going to be stuck. Make you run into the corner when they send a long ball straight. Now, we're not playing outside trap. We got the position of the ball. That's right. We're going to the halfway line.
Okay, there's the kickoff of the second half. We've got 40 more minutes of soccer remaining in this championship game here at Cal State Fullerton. The OSC Inter in the lead here by a score of 3-1. Of course, we've switched directions now. The Inter will be moving from right to left on your screen, and the Elite from left to right. The Elite come out strong. That is Mayfield that drives it downfield. We've got a one-on-one situation now. Adami is out of the goal, and the shot is good. Edgar Castaneda brought Ricardo Adami right out of the goal. And in the opening minute of this second half, has brought the Elite within one now. Number 20. Edgar Castaneda. The score is now 3-2 in favor of the Inter, and there's a whole new life just breathed right into the Elite now. They come out in the second half, and with down 3-1, we were kind of wondering how things were going to turn out here. The Inter have been playing real tough ball in the entire first half. But Mayfield goes upfield with it to Castaneda, and Castaneda drives it right through past the open goal, past Adame, who came out and tried to get that ball, but to no avail. Rafael Rojas. Inter have got the ball now. This is Garcia. Garcia reverses direction, and ball stolen away there by Mayfield. And the whistle on the play looks like it's going to go against number 14, Roberto Cartez. And that'll be Elite ball now, near midfield. Fernando Jaramillo, number 23. Jaramillo also comes from Bishop Amat High School. Plays at halfback. He's a freshman there at Amat. Castaneda back up to Tierney. Tierney blasted down into the corner towards Rafael Rojas, and now Castaneda is there, and he's pushed down from behind by Jose Ruiz, and no call. And the Elite crowd is just incensed. They are angry about that. You could see it a mile away. Now the whistle is blown.
Yeah, the player's down.
Okay, we've got an injury down at the far end of the field. And from this angle, with all the people jumping around down there, because that's a shaded area, we couldn't see that player go down. So for a while there, the coaches, nobody really knew what was happening. The crowd down there was yelling at us that they had a player hurt, but and one of the Elite players is being surrounded by the remainder of the team, and he is definitely down and out. The crowd down at that end, that is mostly the Elite parents and friends down there in that shaded area. And at first they were screaming because they wanted a whistle, because it looked as if Ruiz had just pulled one of the Elite players down from behind. When there was no call, there was still a lot of commotion down there, and we thought it was all protest, but actually they were angry because play hadn't stopped because they had a player down. Well, they were angry about the call as well, or about the lack of a call. Okay, action resumes, and some unusual activity on the field. Edgar Castaneda, after that controversial call down on the right side of your screen, is taken off the field by an ambulance. And now the Elite driving into the far corner. The Elite are definitely fired up now after losing Castaneda. Castaneda responsible for the second goal scored, that goal that was scored in the opening minute of this second half. Big booming kick by Tierney.
Okay, you had more time.
And very, very disappointing to see Castaneda brought off the field on a stretcher into an ambulance, and he's okay. He was awake and he looked all right. He wasn't in a lot of pain, but it looked as if he might have had a separated shoulder or perhaps maybe a broken arm. I don't have all the information. It's pure speculation on my part, but Castaneda looked fine at the end there, so we're glad to see him in good spirits as he was being taken away. But there are definitely some unanswered questions here, certainly among the gallery of Elite fans that are here watching the game. There was a number of people right in front of that controversial contact that took place right down at that end of the field. Now, a number of the Inter players claimed that Castaneda stepped on the ball, and therefore, you know, that can happen. You step on the ball with one foot and you go right down on your shoulder. On the other hand, from our viewpoint, it looked as if he'd been dragged down. So there was a lot of controversy involving that play. The referees didn't see it as an infraction, so no call was made, and we're back in gear. Once again, Inter in the lead by a score of 3-2 here in the early going now of the second half, and a nice centering pass. The Elite have definitely come alive now here in the second half. They've got one goal to show for it. Rodriguez now moving the ball upfield for Inter. Rodriguez has got Garcia over on his right. Garcia comes into the picture now, and they are attacking. Anderson is there. Nobody in front of Garcia. Anderson, by Anderson! And Sordo Garcia scores his second goal of the game, and this time Inter made it look easy. The Elite looked great this whole opening sequence since the injury to Castaneda. They came out on fire. They were moving the ball well, and all of a sudden something happened defensively to them. Garcia drove upfield that time, kept the ball to himself throughout the latter half of that play, just kept the ball to himself, dribbled around. Beautiful play by Garcia. You got to hand it to him. That's his second goal of the game, and he has put Inter in the lead by a score of 4-2. Inter now in control of the ball down on the Elite side of the field. That was Eric De La Cruz. De La Cruz responsible for the third goal scored by the Inter today. De La Cruz still standing outside, waiting to handle the throw-in. And we did have a substitution now for the Inter running onto the field. And we'll get a picture of him and a identification in just a moment. And right away, getting his foot on the ball, that is Juan Shoei. Juan was in the game earlier. That's not his first appearance today. He gets a verbal warning from the referee. And Shoei came out on fire.
Arturo. Entrale, sí, come on.
Tierney. Big kick upfield. Beta Garcia there. Takes it off the head. Jaramillo gets it back upfield now. Up to Garcia. Tierney now, chasing it down into the corner. I don't think the Elite will be able to get there in time. Anderson all the way out towards the corner. And the Elite do get there in time. Tierney goes into goal momentarily while Anderson gets his way back. Anderson back in goal now. Nice touching here by the Elite. They get the ball upfield to Rojas. Rojas moves it across midfield. He's being marked there very aggressively by Eric De La Cruz. De La Cruz now in control of the ball. Little body contact there with Cortez and Jaramillo. And now the whistle. Elite ball. This looks like Mauricio Rodriguez. Rodriguez kicks it all the way upfield. Ball stays about in the center of the field now. Cortez. Cortez upfield to De La Cruz. De La Cruz trying to maintain control over there with Cortez. Back into the picture. Off the chest of Garcia. Now Beto Garcia driving upfield. He's surrounded by white jerseys. The Elite try to get it away from Garcia. They managed to do so. Ball back outside. Down deep and then kicked upfield, and this should go all the way out. Let's see if we can get there in time. The Elite do not get there in time. That was Rafael Rojas. A lot of good hustle on that play. Can't get there in time, so it's going to be Inter's ball. Juan Shoei inside with it. De La Cruz towards Cortez. Cortez is held. No whistle on the play. Jaramillo on the move. Jaramillo goes upfield towards Alas. Alas staying in control of the ball. Back to Jaramillo. Mayfield hits the deck, but he's back up quickly.
Arturo, salte Arturo. He's still not in position. That's a good play, good try. That's a way to do it.
Final game here for boys U16. at the 15th annual Jusa tournament here at Fullerton State. The OSC Inter in the lead over the Diamond Bar Walnut Valley Elite by a score of 4-2. And one of the linesmen is calling for the referee's attention, and
We don't have assistant coach. Oh, assistant? Okay. You got a card?
You are now.
Do I go?
No, no, you don't
He's gone. Oh, I don't have to go. Oh, okay. He's gone.
Okay, let's go. Come on.
Yeah, go.
Referee?
All right, the first right thing you did today. Go again.
okay, it looks like this game has been ended prematurely. This is going to be hard for me to explain to y'all, but we're going to try here. And this game is over, and the OSC Inter have come away with the cup here at the 15th annual Jusa kickoff tournament. And what a game! Just at the end of the game, just a few moments ago, we left our mics silent so that you could see it on the tape. That apparently, Coach Rojas of the Elite had a few words with the linesman on the camera side of the field. And at that point, the linesman walked out of the field, signaled to the referee that he wanted to speak to him. The referee blew the whistle, stopped play, came over right in front of our cameras, had a few words with his linesman, and then issued an ejection to Coach Rojas of the Elite. Well, at that point, they were just going to let Coach Rojas leave, and they were going to resume play. And from what I could see, Coach Rojas still had a few words for the linesman as he left, and just brushed real closely to him, said something directly into his ear, and at that point the linesman just threw his flag up in the air, walked right over to the referee, and the referee immediately blew the whistle 3 times and called this game over. It's like a forfeit. The Elite were down 4-2, but there was still plenty of time on the clock, and all of a sudden we've got players from both sides just walking off the field. Game is over, and the Inter have come away with this game prematurely and with this cup for this entire tournament. I've done over 100 games in soccer for all age levels for about 3 years now. George Langevin, our producer here today, has been doing this for about 6 years. We have never seen anything like this before. And after the injury timeout, which lasted a good 15 or 20 minutes to take Castaneda off the field, we have play resume for another minute or so, and then a totally unprecedented event that I just cannot fully explain. There's still a lot of talking going on here, and I don't know if I've gotten you the entire story. I'm going to try to dig up some more information if I can. I've also heard some information that because there's no official assistant coach for the Elite, that they could not continue because the only other person here was their team trainer, but I don't know about that. I saw Coach Rojas have a few words with the linesman after he was ejected, and right as play was about to resume, and that's when the linesman walked back out onto the field and walked right over to the referee, and at that point the referee had just had it and called an end to this action. The people on the Elite side of the field are actually calm. They've accepted this, and they're just taking it in stride as if, hey, they were rooked out of a game. They felt like as if they had been treated unfairly the entire game with a number of calls. They got a yellow card issued to them early in the game. It was issued to Ruli Adler early in the game just for having a few words with the referee. But there were no cards issued against Inter, and especially after what happened to Castaneda, the crowd, family, and the team were really upset about that. They thought that they were being treated unfairly, and now at this point they've just thrown their hands up in the air. This is Steve Farrell for George Langevin Productions once again. The end of the boys U16 division is won by the OSC Inter by a score of 4-2 in a forfeit shortened game. Thanks for watching. We're here now with number 13, Arturo Alas of the Elite. Arturo, can you tell us what happened there? I thought I explained it well enough, but maybe I missed out on a few details. What happened at the end of this game?
Well, one of the players on the other team took out one of our players, and the referee wasn't watching good enough, I guess, and he didn't call anything. And I just think that referee shouldn't have been in the first place, because obviously he can't see good enough or something, because that was a red card right there. That was a penalty right there.
Okay,
And
exactly what happened on that play right down here in the shade, Arturo. We saw that Castaneda got taken out, but exactly how did it happen? I didn't, I don't remember. We could run the tape back,
I
but
wasn't sure either, but I was out here.
okay.
Yeah. But,
Now, what happened at the end of the game? How did this game get forfeited?
well, I guess our coach told the referee that he'd be waiting for him outside.
Was that Coach Rojas?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that all he said?
Yeah.
Okay. Arturo, I'm sorry you guys go down this way. You guys were ready to come back into this game. I mean, you're an excellent team. You made it this far. Are you disappointed, or are you just a little angry, or at this point, how do you feel?
Just angry right now.
Yeah, a little angry?
Yeah.
Okay, what happens next for you guys?
Just practice again for the next tournament.
Okay, what is the next tournament for you guys, Arturo?
I don't know. I'm playing for the Alliance.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, look, you guys played great today. Thanks for coming on with us. And we appreciate your help. Thank you.
All right.
Head coach of the Elite now, Rafael Rojas. Coach Rojas, what happened in this game? I mean, there's a lot of things to talk about. Tell me what happened out there.
Okay, well, it happened a lot of things like in every game. This game had a little bit of everything. Unfortunately, we have one player down. I hate as a coach that. And the only thing that I was unhappy is seeing this kind of referee that hurt us in one way. And I couldn't do any better with that kind of referees.
Okay, now, Coach, you were upset with the handball call earlier in the game. I mean, we were wondering about that call in particular, just to start things off. I mean, it didn't look like an intentional handball. It was inside the box. It didn't seem like you got a good call there. So then later on, you get a yellow card with no contact. And then all of a sudden, you have a lot of contact right over here. Castaneda goes down. You get no call on that, no card on that. Were things just building up? Were you getting angrier?
Yeah, well, all the calls seems that this referee is against us, because it's not the first time that we have this referee. Every call that he makes, he is calling against us. And I had to apologize because we had to end the game this way on my fault, but I got it up. But the problem was that if I don't do something, we could end up with another player hurt. The only thing that I asked the referee, the linesman, is, I want you to let me know which rules are you applying, the old rules or the new rules. And then he called the central referee. But I'm happy because my players did what they're supposed to do. I'm happy for them, and I'm glad that they played well.
Coach, thanks for coming on with us. Sorry the way things turned out, but it wasn't boring. I mean, I hope Castaneda's okay, but it was a fun game to watch.
It was a game that I think everybody enjoyed this game.
Coach, what's up with Castaneda now? Did he separate his shoulder? Do we know?
We're not sure about the injury. We have to find out later on, but I think it's nothing serious.
Right. He looked okay as he was leaving.
He looks fine.
Okay. Coach, thanks.
He was a big guy, and he's going to be well.
Thanks a lot, Coach. All righty. Okay, one of the team parents, Raul Atler. Raul, once again, I want to thank you for inviting us down here to cover your game. Any comments on what happened down here today? It was a pretty confusing thing, wasn't it?
I think it's pretty blatant. It's just a bad refereeing that's going on. I mean, I saw it was about 5 yards away from the kid that was blatantly hit. The ref didn't call any foul. The earlier parts of the game where there was holding, tripping, and the ref seems to call them all one way. And this is not the first time we've had problems with this ref. After the major incident, I went over and talked to the referees, the directors of the program, and suggested they put a ref out there to watch the refereeing of this ref. And afterwards, when they called the game, I asked them who's this ref, and they couldn't identify him. So they didn't follow up on my recommendations. It's just sad that a game has to end this way, but we've always had problems with this ref.
Raul, you guys, you made it this far into this tournament. You've got a long history with this other team. You guys played each other in the spring tournament last year. You guys came out on top. They came out on top of the regular season. You're going to face them again in the regular season this year and possibly in the tournament again. Do you think any of this will carry over?
I'm afraid that it'll be in the kids' back of their mind of this incident, but I'm hoping that they'll give us good reffing and play a clean game. If we play a clean game, we'll play up with them, and we should win.
You know what? It was actually, Raul, it was a good-looking game. I mean, there's a lot of great players on both teams. It was a pleasure to cover it, and then it got massacred by outside events. It just seems so crazy to us. So I've never seen anything like it. Have you?
No, I've never seen a situation where it's called like this. And as you said, there are good players on both sides. The game could have gone either way.
Oh yeah.
I just think it's poor reffing.
Okay, you guys are still going to get your medals, but you're not going to attend the ceremony. Is this correct?
Well, that's my recommendation. We just go over and pick them up and not deal with the other team, because I think we'd be too upset with them.
Okay, looks like you've got your medals here, Coach. So we'll cover that little ceremony right now.
Okay.
Thank you very much for coming on with us, Raul.
Thank you very much.
Sponsors LA Salsa, Snickers, Zara, and of course Cal State Fullerton, or the fields you're playing on today. I'd like to present as the finalists for the under 16, the finalist trophy to the coach. Congratulations.
That's Coach Rojas.
First of all, I have to thank the parents of the Alliance that helped me to be here on this tournament. Without them, I don't think that we could make it with 7 players. I thank you very much. And also, I have to present my first player as one of the top scorers. Yesterday, he scored 3 goals. Arturo. From my Alliance. From my younger division.
Number 13, Ochoa Rojas.
I don't want to say this, but this is a little player that I always thought that he was one of the best players in the Alliance. Unfortunately, he's not right now here. So I want to call him now, applause to him, Edgar. He's not here. He's an injured player.
Coach Rojas mentions Edgar Castaneda, who right now is probably in an emergency room somewhere nearby.
Players that help me stop a lot of offense from the other teams is Mr. Rodriguez.
Mauricio Rodriguez, number 8.
The last player from the Alliance, he came yesterday late. That's why I gave him his medal late to Fernando.
Congratulations.
Good job, Fernando. Thank you. Right now, I want to give a trophy to one of my smallest players that I have. He played yesterday 2 games. Unfortunately, he couldn't play much on this today. It's Jared.
Number 4, Jared Wakamatsu, the fullback.
I have another player, a new player on this team. I don't know if he's here around. Carlos. I think he's gone.
He's hiding in the side.
I think he left.
Don't hold that far.
Okay.
Medal there for Carlos Carranza.
Presented my goalie, but I don't see him around. I think he had an emergency, but it's the best that we have right now. Eric.
Round of applause for goalkeeper Eric Anderson.
Right now, I'll start with my fullbacks. There's a big guy when he wants to be a big, and a small guy when he wants to be a small. I'm calling Joaquin.
Joaquin Turney.
Now I want to play one of my warriors. This is one of Dragon. Dragon is like a heart like a Bruce Lee. Mr. Mark Miyashiro. Okay.
Mark Miyashiro, number 9.
Crazy guys are getting my hair to turn gray. This is Michael. Now I'm gonna call my, I don't know this player well, but I think he's my son.
Coach Rojas calls out his son, number 6, Rafael Rojas. Before that, it was Michael Sanchez.
Okay, I'm gonna call my another halfback, This guy works a lot. He works very hard. I appreciate the way he plays, and I thank him very much the way he plays. Raleigh.
Raleigh Adler, number 12.
We choose that one for you. Now I'll call one of my forwards. This guy, it seems he never does anything, but he comes up with big goals. Chad.
Chad Mayfield, number 21.
We have another player. I could call him my top scorer. He scored a lot of goals in each tournament that we go. I forgot his name. Oh, he knows. He knows what I'm talking about.
Number 19, Jeffrey Miyamoto.
I think that's it. Do I get one?
Yeah, you can have the rest.
You can have the rest. You got
Okay.
team mom and assistant coach, right?
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead and give them to them.
Thank
Good
you very
job,
much.
Coach. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Thank you.
I don't know if I missed some of the plays. I don't know who left, who didn't show up today. But I think some of them is for them. And I think, even this guy is not here. I think everybody should thank him the way the guys are playing, because without him we couldn't do anything. Thank you for the water. I needed that. Okay. Thank you for everybody for being here and help the support of the players. One thing, most of the parents probably they hate me because their son didn't play that much, but these tournaments I'm trying to do for the players to win games. Even if I had to sacrifice one or two players, I'm doing my best to keep this team on top. Thank you.
Well, that just about wraps it up. I mean, it's definitely one of the strangest games I've ever seen. It's definitely the strangest game I've ever seen. And I don't know if George behind the camera there has ever seen anything quite like this. We're going to have to talk about this on the way home, George. Once again, the Elite come out at the short end of the score, but not in the short end in spirits. They seem to be having a good time here. And even though Castaneda's in the hospital.
Can you guys film all the players now before they leave?
Even though Castaneda is away in the hospital, these guys are pretty happy here, and I'm sure they'll be hearing from him later on. And controversial game, but there's a long season ahead, and these guys are a good-looking team. They had a chance to come back in this game, but they're not disheartened at all. They seem to be having a pretty good time with it. This is Steve Farrell for George Langevin Productions, and we're going to get a couple of shots of these guys as they line up for some of the parents' pictures here.
Get in the line. Joaquin, get in the line. Coach! Coach, get on this side, please. One in, like the other guy. Good, good. Okay, look good, look good. Don't move.